Top 10 moments humans rescued animals and got thanked in the cutest way. Humans and animals have always shared a special bond with each other. And when animals land themselves in a dangerous situation, they've often had to rely on the kindness of a human being. Luckily for the human, there was also an adorable thank you from the animal's side. So if you want to watch some wholesome clips that melt your heart and make you go "aww," keep watching this video. In this video, we're giving you a roundup of top 10 humans rescued animals and got thanked in the cutest way. Stick around till number 1 for an adorable bonus clip. Before we continue, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin! Number 10. Brantley Harrison and his squirrel. In October 2009, Bella, a squirrel, was attacked by an owl and injured to the point that she wouldn't be able to survive on her own. That's when Brantley Harrison and her family come into play. She was given to them by a wildlife rescue group until she could be independent and explore the wild herself. However, she wasn't the only squirrel in that family. She had 3 other furry friends named Larry, Mo, and Curly. Bella was like any other squeaky squirrel, running around and nibbling on nuts and fruits. When it was time for all the squirrels to go back into the wild, they were very excited. Sometimes the whole gang would come to visit, but these visits gradually became less frequent, which is entirely natural. Bella, on the other hand, would visit them every day for the next 7 years. How precious is their relationship? Number 9. Gracie and Dina. Animals might not be able to communicate with us, but we all know that they understand emotions very well. The same goes for a tiny bird, Gracie. When he was just a few years old, Dina found him next to a tree and couldn't even recognize what sort of bird it was. After Dina realized his mother wasn't going to come get him, she adopted the bird. The family spent 4 weeks teaching the lost critter how to be a bird and thought he was ready to leave home. Much to their surprise, the blue jay came back and stayed for another few weeks. After much encouragement, Gracie was prepared to leave, and for the next 2.5 years, he would visit them every day for a few minutes. Unfortunately, in the coming years, Dina was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and somehow Gracie's visits became longer. Almost like the blue jay knew Dina needed him. Now Dina has recovered, and Gracie has 4 broods of babies. Number 8. Abigail, the kangaroo who loves dogs. Kangaroos generally look very intimidating, but not this one. This is Abigail, the kangaroo who loves hugging more than humans. She was just a 5-month-old baby when she arrived at the kangaroo sanctuary Alice Springs. The poor animals lost her family when she was very young. Luckily, a man working in the sanctuary rescued her and became her dad. At least that's what Abby thinks of him as. Even though it's been over 10 years, Abigail still loves to hug her rescuers to show them her gratitude through the power of snuggles. In fact, the rescuers have come to call her Queen Abby because of her adorable morning rituals. Number 7. Poor dog is scared of everything but this baby. Elizabeth and her husband have 8 children, among only 3 of them are human babies. The rest are their beloved rescue dogs. This family has always had a hard time saying no to any animals in need. That's why when they saw that Nora, an 8-year-old English pointer, had been abused and had a rough past, they took her in immediately. Nora was scared of everything, but when it comes to their baby, Archie, she happily snuggled up to him. She loves taking naps with the little baby and follows him everywhere. In fact, somehow Archie makes Nora feel safe and at home. Thankfully, both parents have taught their kids to be gentle and loving towards dogs and other pets, so all of their pets are in safe hands, including Nora. Number 6. The double rescued dog. William Linder, a firefighter, first encountered Jake the puppy while saving him from a burning building. On 21st April 2015, the esteemed firefighter was washing his car when he smelled smoke and found out that his neighbor's house was on fire. He managed to save Jake from the fire, but he was only 4 pounds and barely breathing. After some resuscitation, he became more conscious. 75% of his body was severely burnt, and his owners claimed that they couldn't afford medical care. They had to abandon him out of necessity. That's when William decided to adopt him. The 1-year-old abandoned pit bull immediately grew attached to Linder. Even though much of his fur won't grow on half of his body, William states that his scars make him unique. And as for Jake, he became the mascot of the firehouse. He even got a badge with his own paw print on it, and he cheers on William's fellow firefighters like his own. So, what are your thoughts on these satisfying moments so far? Have you ever had a moment similar to these lucky folks? If so, share it with us in the comments. Number 5. Happy Swan. You've heard of swans biting a man, swans chasing a stranger, but this one is a little more wholesome. Although they're aggressive and territorial creatures, this story defies all those claims. A few years ago, Weiss, the host of Born to Explore, visited Abbotsbury Swanery in the UK. There, he found a swan who had been severely injured after it flew right into a chain-link fence. The humble hosts held the swan and helped it get examined. He said that he could feel its heartbeat, and it relaxed its neck around him immediately, which showed it trusted Weiss. Later, the swan was taken to the sanctuary and taken care of. Number 4. Whale shows gratitude in amazing stunts. A female humpback whale was caught in a fishing net. She was just having fun in her natural habitat, flapping about, when she got tangled in a spider net trap which is actually used to catch crabs. Like any other animal stuck in a trap, she tried to wriggle her way out of it and got more trapped. Her fin, torso, tail, and mouth were all stuck. Luckily, a team of diving instructors sensed the situation and made their way to her. They threw hooks towards the whale in order to catch the net and pull it off of her, but it didn't work. This went on for hours, and little by little, after much pulling, they freed her. Instead of swimming away from them, she swam in joyous circles and flapped her tail with excitement. The divers said that they knew that they were risking their lives, but the whale's gratitude made it all worth it. Now that we've arrived at our top 3, stay until the end to find out which animal gave the most heartwarming gesture of appreciation caught on camera. You'll be shocked to see it live at the number 1 spot. Number 3. Emma the Moose. Erikas Plukas was a simple man who lived on a farm in Lithuania's countryside. Even though he lived in nature, he has never encountered something as surprising as a moose sitting on his front gate. The calf seemed scared and didn't move much. He assumed that his mother was nearby, so he checked for her and found nothing. It looked like the baby moose's mother was killed by a hunter and had also hurt him as he was running away. The weak calf was dirty and so terrified of Plukas that it hesitated just walking towards him. His friends of animal services weren't of any help, so he took matters into his own hands. He kept her in his farm and would sleep with her in the barn or the open field to make her feel safe. When she was big enough for the wild, he sent her out into the forest. Emma was more than happy to leave, but always visited Plukas every day for a swim. The most surprising part was that Emma was not fond of any other human but Plukas and only liked to play with him. Number 2. Jimbo the teddy bear. Jimbo was born to captive parents in a wildlife park in California. The orphaned wildlife took him in because he wouldn't survive the cruel wild. In fact, he was the biggest bear there, weighing 1,500 pounds and measuring up to an astonishing 9.5 feet tall. The bear was sick for a while, and during this time, the Kowalczyk couple took care of him. Susan Kowalczyk had worked with bears all her life, so it wasn't hard to take care of him. He was very close to Jim Kowalczyk and often showed his love through big teddy bear hugs. Bonus video. You can never have enough wholesome stories, so here's a bonus one. Nobbs was rescued after spending years in a garage, deprived of love and any caring owner. Karen Poplin took him in the Kitty Adventure Rescue League, and before she knew it, Nobbs and her were attached at the forehead. Nobbs even loved her husband so much that the poor deaf kitty would meow all day loudly to show him he loves him. For anyone who thinks cats aren't affectionate, you haven't seen how much Nobbs likes to snuggle. Number 1. The Bobcat King. With the increasing number of wildfires, it's not surprising that many animals struggle to breathe or even survive. But thanks to families like the Krauses, a bobcat and a fawn found a new home. After a series of wildfires, George brought them home and named the bobcat Benji and the fawn Athena. Their presence felt comforting and natural in their home, and Benji grew more and more affectionate towards George. So much so that he wouldn't stop rubbing and purring against him. That's a wrap for Top 10 Humans Rescued Animals and Got Thanked in the Cutest Way. Which of these melted your heart the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for similar content. See you in the next one.